if you can break down, what are 5 steps that you would take for those guys that are like, okay, I got it. I see your energy, Manuel, Ben, I got it. I'm ready. I want to jump on it. Let me do it. Let's go. Now what? What do you do? How do you get started? Because I know you have a lot of training, but how do we get started, Ben?
Okay, so there are some core skills that if you can master these skills, you can crush it, not just on Amazon, but in e-commerce, I think. And I think you would agree when you hear this list of 5. So step 1 is you have to get good at what we call product selection. Again, we use the 80-20 rule for this because the entire universe of SKU is like a little barcode thing. There's over 400 million different SKUs on Amazon, but less than 5%, still X number of hundreds of thousands of millions, generate 80% of the sales. So you immediately lop off and make your job infinitely easier if you know what not to sell on Amazon. And then we have all these kind of metrics and stuff that go outside the scope of this thing, but how to dial in to get proven demand. I can't get into all the specifics right now, but product selection is huge. If you mess that up, all the rest on my list is moot. It's not going to work because you got to have built-in existing demand. We say, step in front of the giant tsunami wave of pre-existing demand. Okay, so that's step 1 is product selection. Number 2 is sourcing and negotiating. You have to be a master negotiator. It's an easy skill. If you're afraid to negotiate because like last time you bought your car, it's uncomfortable. This is different because all this is transacted through email or Skype messages because in most cases you're going to be sourcing from China or similar. So that's the second part because we say that
it's safe to start in Alibaba, for example, Ben, just so we can give an introduction. Alibaba, etc., right?
Super easy these days. Yep. So you have to identify the great product opportunity, 80-20, but then this is a margin business. If you release a product where your margin is so slim, there's no margin for error, then you're dead in the water. So you have to become a good negotiator and you have to source properly. That's the second step of the 5. I don't know if I'm going to get 5 exactly, but I'll try. The third one then is you have to know how to write a listing. And by writing a listing, I mean like all of the different attributes that have what we call a high conversion rate. People hate that term. They like tune out. Conversion rate just means if I get 100 eyeballs on my listing, how many out of that 100 are going to buy? If you, because you don't know what you're doing with your listing, not you, Manuel, you I'm pointing out in the great unknown there. If you have a listing that's not optimized or you don't know what you're doing and it gets 6 of those 100 eyeballs to buy, that's a 6% conversion rate. If I get 18 of those to buy, I've instantly made exponentially more from the same number of eyeballs. And it changes the financial dynamics of everything you do. When I hire Manuel's agency, now I can afford to spend more per eyeball because 18 out of 100 are buying instead of 6. If I do what's called sponsored ads, which is the ad platform on Amazon, same deal. It changes all those financial dynamics. So that's the third thing is you have to be badass with your listing. Fourth thing is you have to be good and do whatever you can do to rank your product. That just means it's kind of like, think SEO for Google. It's the equivalent of SEO on Amazon. And there are some tricks of the trade that Manuel does that's genius that can get your product ranked. High visibility is the term we use. And sponsored ads, if you get the sponsored ads platform, and Manuel is a genius at this using Messenger and Facebook, they can boost the visibility of that product. So that's the 4th step.
People
because
have to be able to find you. If they don't find you, they can't buy anything from you. As simple as that.
Here's a simple thought for your viewers that can get you rich if you really buy into this. Every single dollar ever made on Amazon was first preceded by a keyword search. So that means if the keyword is the gateway to taking money from their pocket and putting it in your pocket, then doesn't it make sense you get really good at when they type in a keyword search, your product is the most visible, most appealing.
I love that.
That's where the money's transacted.
Never seen it that way. That's a really good explanation. Like it.
And the 5th step is you have to build a permanent list because this is going to sound very contradictory to people new to this topic. So we just talked about how great Amazon is, how it's a trusted brand and all these 4 steps. But now I'm going to tell you, you need to have mechanisms, you need to have package inserts that allow you to take them off of Amazon. In other words, if you just do the first 4 steps, whose customer are they? They're not your customer. They're Amazon's customer. But if you do a package insert that says, hey, we have this free dog sticker that go to this website, and these are people that bought a dog leash or whatever, we call it the irresistible bribe, and you can get 30%, 40% to visit your site. And of course, opt in, meaning they type in their name and email. Now they're your customer. And now you can bypass future FBA fees. And we know, what's the best type of customer? The customer that just bought from you. They have a 5 times higher likelihood of buying a second and third and fourth time from you. Now you can drive them to your Shopify site where you can do different dynamic pricing. You can control the quote listing. You can add more social proof.
Upsell, downsell, cross-sell, all those things.
And then you can retarget, which you're a master at.